Hold on, we have press.
Keep him out there.
Come over here, sir.
Keep him out there.
Sheriff,
Go. Stay out here.
Ah, Jesus.
Really?
You don't have to. Just stand. Just stand. Just stand.
Put him on the side of the truck. Put him on the outside of the truck.
It hurts.
They're loose, sir. They're loose.
No, they're not loose.
In the quiet town of Rio Arriba, the calm was shattered by a dramatic encounter between law enforcement and their own sheriff, James Lujan. What started as a seemingly routine request for the surrender of personal phones escalated into a full-blown showdown involving court orders, lockdowns, and even SWAT forces. In a small town where everyone knows everyone, the unthinkable occurred when 70-year-old County Sheriff James Lujan found himself on the wrong side of the law. The incident unfolded during an investigation into the assault charges against former City Councilor Philip Chacon, who Sheriff Lujan had been harboring. It all started on March 26, 2020, when Espanola police issued a warrant for Chacon's arrest. Chacon, attempting to evade the authorities, hid in his residence, claiming he wasn't home. The tension escalated as the police, armed with information that Chacon possessed multiple weapons, couldn't enter the premises. In a surprising turn of events, Sheriff Lujan, smelling strongly of alcohol, arrived at the scene. Instead of cooperating with the ongoing police operation, Lujan demanded that the police pull back and allow him to handle the situation. This set the stage for a chaotic encounter between the county sheriff and local law enforcement. The supervisor in charge, despite Lujan's attempts to assert his authority, held her ground, refusing to pull back as requested. The situation intensified when Lujan disobeyed city and state police orders, entering the hot zone of the standoff. This led to the arrest of Chacon the following day, marking the beginning of Lujan's own downward spiral. What unfolded next was a web of corruption and questionable actions. An investigation revealed that Chacon might have a connection with a man named Ramon Vigil. A search warrant was issued for Vigil's phone, resulting in an encounter where Vigil attempted to discredit the warrant's legality. However, Sheriff Lujan unexpectedly appeared on the scene, claiming that Vigil had called him for assistance. As Vigil's phone was confiscated, it became evident that Lujan's involvement was more than just a local sheriff assisting a friend. Ramon Vigil's phone served as a link to Lujan's potentially corrupt actions. Subsequently, a search warrant was issued for Lujan's personal and work cell phones.
But here,
You're in charge?
Yeah, yes.
Get your people back. I'll bring them in.
Bring who in?
Phil Chacon? That's who you have a warrant for?
Right.
Pull everybody out. I'll bring them in.
I don't want to pull them out.
Huh?
I don't want to pull them back.
Charles, 36, let's go.
Hey, the sheriff just pulled in, and he's asking us to pull back, and he'll pull him in. But he's been drinking. I can smell it on him. We're gonna need somebody. Huh? Yeah. Okay, we need to pull somebody over here, somebody above me, because he's already pushing his weight around with me. So. Okay.
despite trying to impose his authority over the supervisor, she maintains her composure and decides not to pull back as requested.
The sheriff is here. He's trying to make us pull back, and he said he'll call him out, but we're not pulling back.
Starts by showing surprise on the news and immediately tries to discredit the warrant's legality. He calls someone who appears to be his lawyer and gives him guidelines on how to proceed. Then, out of the blue, Sheriff James Lujan shows up on the scene unannounced and
It's a warrant, and he thought it was a municipal court judge signing it.
So,
That's the big thing.
yeah.
He didn't know it. He called me and just all scared, and I go, "What's going on? Come to my house."
Yeah, no, and I told him over last week I have
The garage
his.
door was open. We went to the front of the house. Nobody answered. We came back. The garage door was closed.
You want it?
Hold on to that. You filed today?
Yes, sir.
You have your phone?
Yep.
Call Nick.
leading to a tense confrontation at the sheriff's headquarters. In a bizarre sequence of events, Lujan, despite having a legal warrant against him, refused to surrender his phones immediately. He attempted to find flaws in the document and even wandered around freely, raising concerns that he might tamper with crucial information. The officers, for reasons unclear, hesitated to take immediate action against Lujan. The gravity of the situation became apparent as the chief of Espanola Police intervened. While Lujan continued to resist, the chief emphasized the court-ordered nature of the warrants, insisting on the surrender of the phones. The encounter reached a point where the undersheriff requested the chief to pull his men back, highlighting the tension and perceived threat. Lujan was not in a mood to give up. He kept on arguing, and the situation was slowly going out of control. All the officers were divided into two groups. The undersheriff has tolerated a lot of drama, so he suddenly decides to lock down the entire building until Lujan stops resisting. In the midst of this unfolding drama, it was evident that Sheriff James Lujan, once a respected figure in the community, was facing serious allegations of obstruction of justice and abuse of power. The incident not only exposed the sheriff's questionable actions, but also raised concerns about the integrity of the local law enforcement system. Now comes a point when things become really dirty. As the undersheriff was arguing with the chief, Lujan decided to do what anyone hasn't expected. He just straight away starts to leave the scene. When the officers noticed him sneakily going into his car, they rushed to stop him. But Lujan, being a seasoned officer, told them to stay back. He told them that they can't stop him from leaving the place if he is not under arrest. After that, the officer notices another officer outside the building and starts explaining why they're locking the building. He explained that because of Lujan's constant refusal, they had to do it. The chief again goes to talk with Lujan, but he is still not accepting the warrant. He is going around a vague point that no one actually understands. He continues to stick with his false reasons. When the chief repeatedly told him that the warrant says he submits his phone now, Lujan's tone gradually came down. But Lujan, being Lujan, plays a sneaky trick. He tells the officers that the warrant is only for taking the phones. The officers can't go through the phone's content unless they bring a new warrant that says so. The officers agreed and went away. But the next day, the unthinkable happened. This time, the officers came fully prepared. They bring SWAT forces, a new warrant to arrest Lujan, and determination to stop this drama. After the long confrontation, Lujan finally gets arrested. This time, he has no trick to avoid his fate. He has been clearly misusing his power as a cop, helping wrongdoers and spilling the venom of arrogance. So he got the taste of his own medicine. As the events unfolded, it became clear that no one, regardless of their position, was above the law. The arrest of Sheriff Lujan serves as a reminder that accountability and transparency are essential in maintaining public trust in law enforcement. The small town's tranquility was shattered by the shocking revelations, leaving the community grappling with the aftermath of a sheriff's downfall.
The district court, right?
You continue.
It's a district court judge that has this case, right?
Showing a pattern of behavior.
Really?
Yes.
It's a pattern of
Already
harassment.
twice.
Is what it is.
Twice.
Retaliation and harassment is what it is.
Twice. That's okay. You have your opportunity in court. I'm here asking.
So will you on a misdemeanor?
Okay, for now. For now.
I've
For
done
now.
nothing. Are you accusing me of something else?
Then why not give me the phones?
But told you I'm seeking legal counsel first. I have that right. Do I not have a right to seek
You have
legal
the legal
counsel?
order. You have
I
the
do.
legal order.
And it doesn't say how long I have to give it to you, does it?
It says now.
Does
yes,
it?
Yes.
Show me.
It's a court order.
But because they only have the order to seize them, they can't actually go through them until they have a new order that allows them to do so.
Sheriff, it would just be so much easier if you just give us these phones. And
I don't
let us
have the
go.
phones, do I?
Well, no, but you.
This isn't my contact map. What is it? I have a search warrant for your phone for the building. For what? I couldn't tell you. Put it down over here. This is their time card.
Sheriff Lujan then discovers that the press is taking pictures and recording him, so he asks the officers to put him inside.
I got the press out here taking pictures of me in handcuffs.